Hey, hey, hey. Hey, hey, hey. Oh my goodness, y'all. I'm telling you. It's funny because I thought it was just my allergies. I lost my little ring. Oh, no, I didn't. Where's that? Oh, goodness gracious. Hey, hey, hey. 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 Whew, yeah, I'm telling you. Whew. All right, so let's see. This is my tea. This is my cup. I have on my tea. Let's see. I need to work in my garden planner, y'all. I normally work in my other planner too, but I spent like several hours in the garden today. And I need to document what I did, what I grew, what I harvested. Um, let me see. Let me see. So I always start with hello. Welcome to Planties and Besties. Hopefully, you guys come on in and join me. I got some goodness to show you. Because I want to talk about this thing called mint. I want to talk about mint, y'all. When I tell you I went down a rabbit hole, it was seriously a rabbit hole. I need my pen. So I need to mark these bags that I have here. I'll wait for y'all to join me. This is so. Hey. Come on into my chat. Yeah, come on in. Hey, Mona. Hi, beautiful. How are you? What's up, my friend? How are you? Thank you for coming on in. Thank you for coming on in. How are you? I think I missed you on a live earlier. I think I was catching the end of a live that you was on. Um, what I did today is I harvested some for my garden. This here is my lavender, and it has a few um, rose petals in it because I harvested some roses too. But this is my lavender. I'm going to rinse it and I'm going to dry it. But what I wanted to share today is what I harvested today. Secondly, I harvested some strawberries from my garden. I had about 6 of them, and um, I put 2 of them in my juice earlier. So I'm actually going to take one and put it in my tea here. Yeah, you can put strawberries in your tea. So I put a strawberry in my tea. I had some strawberry in my juice earlier. Had some fruit juice. I put the strawberries in there. So that was my lavender. That was my strawberries that I showed you guys. Here I have, this is some dill and a couple of those green onions in here, and also some cilantro that I got from the garden. So you always want to wash your herbs really, really good, because you know those aphids and those bugs, they be in all up in the leaves and everything. So you got to wash them really, really good. I started using my salad spinner for it. So I didn't get a chance to rinse these completely. Um, and let me see. So this one here, I want us to talk about mint, y'all. This here, we got to get into this. I spoke about this one actually 2 weeks ago. This right here, y'all, is eucalyptus. This thing is, oh, it's so funny, but eucalyptus is in the Laminaceae family, which is the mint family. It is in there. Y'all, that rabbit hole that I went down on studying mint, oh my gosh. Wait till you see what I have to share with you. This is a eucalyptus. Smell that. We got smell-o-vision. You see that? This is a powerful, powerful herb. It is called eucalyptol. The menthone, the menthone or the turpentine, which is the concentrated oil that they extract from this plant, is one powerful, 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 powerful benefit. I'm telling you, you wait till we get to talking. I'm gonna share it with y'all. I'm gonna share. So that's what's gonna get us into my teacup of today. So the plans is I'm going to finish my planner, everything that I did in the garden today. I was in the garden today, which is a blessing because it's my day off. Shout out to everybody who had the day off. Um, I am, well, I spent several hours in the garden. The garden looks amazing. Guess what? I finally got tomatoes. I'm still buying tomatoes from the store, but now I don't have to buy any more tomatoes from the store. I have all that lettuce. I have Swiss chard, gourmet lettuce, romaine lettuce. I have kale greens. I have so many greens in the garden, and I've been eating the salad without the tomatoes from my own garden. I've been buying it from the store. But honey, your girl, Tomato Alley. You know, I told you about Tomato Alley. And it's nice that the shout out to everybody that got a Tomato Alley now. But Tomato Alley, she is booming with tomatoes, green tomatoes, and I mean all different kinds too. I that Tomato Alley, I threw, remember I told you guys I found tomato plants growing in other places in the garden, and I moved them all over there to Tomato Alley, either in Tomato Alley or the raised beds. Yeah, I put all of the tomatoes there, and now the tomatoes look just I'm so excited, y'all. I'm blessed. I'm truly, truly blessed. Truly, truly blessed. Now, of course, tomorrow I will be making my whipped butters. I have made about 3 jars of rose water, and I store it in the fridge. You don't have to store it in the fridge. You can store it just in an airtight container. I wouldn't put it near light because the sunlight will um, break down the color some. So I have mine in the refrigerator because I use it as part of my skincare product, my skincare routine. I use vegetable glycerin in it, and that just preserves it more longer. So it's in the fridge, and I will be making that tomorrow. I should go live and show you guys that me making it, or at least me filling up my containers, because I'm vending. It is that time of year when I get out and I'm vending, and I have my skincare products. I have my crafty products that I make. I make gift baskets. I make jewelry, crochet items. That remind me, Mona. I'm gonna work on some flowers. I need to make some crochet flowers. I need to make some crochet flowers for some of my crafty people that need them. But so these are the rose petals that I collected today. I keep saying I'm going to let the roses stay on the rose bush. That way you guys can see uh, the full moon garden effect. So I'm going to stop pulling the roses. I have more than enough. I have more than enough to make my rose water to last me all through June and maybe July. With the what I have now and what I have here, I got enough. That should take me to June and July. So with vending, as far as vending is concerned. Remember that plant I told you guys? I'm gonna figure out what that plant is, and I kept showing y'all in my garden when I did a garden tour. It's lemon balm. It's so ironic, but when you buy, so that lemon balm came from seed. That's why it doesn't look like the lemon balm start that I purchased. But it's actually lemon balm, and I'm so happy about it because I was letting it just sit there and sit there, and I didn't want it to um I didn't want it to go to waste just because I couldn't identify it, you know how, and the leaves started to yellow, like they started to, let me see, show y'all, the leaves started to turn this little yellow color, and I was sad about that because you don't want to waste herbs, especially when they have such a great benefit. So they had started to turn yellow, so I'm going to dry them out. And then I had, and also in here is some sage. I didn't have a lot of sage. I had a little bit of sage that was ready to cut. And I actually, what I did is because my sage plant, I told y'all during those garden confessions on Wind Down Wednesdays about my herbs that were dying back because I had left them up there in that greenhouse. Shame on me. So this is the lemon balm. I mean, this is sage. What am I saying? Lemon balm. Get my herbs right. This is sage that I cut from the plant. There were several of them. One of the leaves has got some kind of thing on it. So I won't be using that unless it rinse off. I don't know what it is. I when I let when the plants were starting to dry out, they, you know what that is? That is the oil from the plant. When it started to die back, the oil releases. Because when you dry it, it releases the oil constituent, the medicinal benefit of it. And that's what happened. Hmm. But good to know. Not good because I don't want it to release that unless I got it. Hey, Janet. This is sage. I was saying how, and the only reason I know this because I told you I went down that rabbit hole, the rabbit hole that they call mint. I was just sharing what I harvested today. That is my share for today. I did not buy anything new. You guys saw the video of anything that I purchased. But this is what I harvested today. Some strawberries, some lavender, some dill, celery, some green onions, definitely some green onions. This eucalyptus. I told y'all, I mentioned this eucalyptus, and we'll talk about that too because this is in the mint family. And then sage. I was saying how my leaves, when I went to go cut the leaves, the sage was one of the plants that started to die back from all that heat, and it had started to dry out. Well, when it dries out, it releases that oil. It's menthol or menthone, which is the oil, the concentrated oil that they, or a constituent that they draw from these plants. And it's what they use to, to fragrance products, for culinary uses, for food and flavorings. It's what they use for medicine. When I share with you guys, let me tell you, the mint family, the origin of the mint family, water mint, wild mint, um, uh, Chinese mint, that wild mint, Chinese mint, um, horsetail mint, water mint, which is the original mentha. Whenever I hear people talk about mint, and they think that peppermint is the originator of it, it is not. Um, Wild mint is the origin of mint, called mentha. So all of these mints that I am showing you now are all hybrids, except eucalyptus is not a hybrid. Eucalyptus is as potent as it sounds. Um, but the mints that I'm showing you, about to show you, this is my, actually, let me show you this one first before I get to it. This is basil. Listen, y'all, I planted that basil in there. Oh my God, it is so beautiful. Do you guys remember the basil that I purchased from Green Top Nursery? It had like 100 little mini ones in the container. If you missed that, be sure to go back and check it out for me. Check out that video. Uh, I'm just closing these up, guys, just in case I didn't get to wash them all off. But this is basil. So with that basil, I was able to plant them all out throughout the garden. I wanted them everywhere, and the tomatoes and the watermelon. I put them between the eggplant, the squash, everywhere. I planted them all over. There were so many of them. And I am blessed because they survived. Normally, that transplant process, I don't know, I'll be messing up, y'all. Trying to keep up with the listen, it really is. When I say it was a rabbit hole, it was a serious rabbit hole. But wild mint is the original mint. Wild mint uh, is actually water mint, which comes from Africa, Asia, Europe, and it was cultivated in hybrid. What I mean by hybrid is grapefruit mint, apple mint, lemon mint, orange mint, chocolate mint. Did you know that chocolate mint? Remember in my video Tuesday, I believe it was, I said to you guys, I said, wait a minute, because I bought a chocolate mint and a peppermint. And I was like, these two look so much alike. They both have the purple top of the leaves. Um, they just both were so beautiful and very similar, but the fragrance is extremely different. It actually tastes like chocolate mint. It smells like chocolate mint. And but in order to get chocolate mint, it's hybrid with three. It is water mint, peppermint, and then whatever chocolate plant that they mixed it with. But that's how you get chocolate mint. Mint is so powerful that it easily, that's why they tell you not to plant it with other plants. Like it should be grown potted or in a ground where it can spread out, because mint grows through its rhizomes. The rhizomes are those underground. They can either go underground or it can go above ground. Mint is just that powerful, where it can grow. So it can grow underground and spread out so far and make so many plants. And those plants, you can have standing plants or you have the ones that are low to the ground. That's how mint works, with those rhizomes that run all over. They're runners. They're called rhizomes for a reason because they run everywhere. And so spearmint, chocolate, and watermint is how, I mean, peppermint, watermint, and chocolate is how they got chocolate mint. But it comes from peppermint. Well, that's why it has that peppermint kind of is in there. Yeah, tastes like a what's that candy? Andy's candy, which is one of my favorites. But they're all hybrids. They are not the original mint. And yes, they all help with digestion. They all help with um, cold symptoms. But let me tell you. So normally when you go to a store, you see a mint plant. If it does not have a name on it, if it doesn't say apple mint, orange mint, um, peppermint, it is spearmint. Mint, the common mint is spearmint. You know how you go to Walmart and they got mint growing right there in the grocery section? That's spearmint. It's regular mint or common mint as they call it, that's sold in grocery stores and different nurseries, um, are just spearmint. It is regular spearmint. So know that when you buy mint, because I bought plants that just said mint, and now I know that they're spearmint. And they do look different, guys. Like they really, you can buy mint from different places, and they really look different. They're like the one I had growing in my little mini greenhouse. I've had that for years, like literally years, growing indoors. This is my first time taking it outside when I moved here, and it's lighter than the spearmint that I just bought because I just bought another spearmint, but it's still spearmint. And you can tell the leaves. The thing about the leaves, it looks the same. The leaves on it, they do look the same, and they smell the same. Spearmint is the common mint that they use for toothpaste, um, mouthwash. The mouthwash does come from the herb. It just depends on how much of the herb that they're using in it. It is they take the menthol and the menthone from mint. They extract it from the mint to use it to make your toothpaste and your mouthwash. Flavoring for food, definitely for culinary purposes. I want to just show y'all the leaves. I put them in this bag. I wanted them to be nice and fresh for you guys to see, so y'all can see the difference in them. But hey, anyway, what's up with you guys? That's the only thing. So you're supposed to put it when you're harvesting mint. If you're going to use it within a week, you should put it in a Ziploc bag and put it in the refrigerator. See, that's mint. I hate that I want you guys to see the lines and everything, because you can distinguish your mint definitely by the leaves. All mint have that the same stem, sort of a brownish on the stem. They all have those alternating leaves. See the alternating leaves there? All mint does that. That's how you can tell mint, because they have those alternating leaves. And they also have their majority of them are spherical shape or have that on the end. Let me show you the other one. Let's see. See this one. Can I show you on here? Nope, this one's cut in half. But see that? You can see that shape there. So what is your favorite tea? I asked everybody to answer that question. What is your favorite herbal tea? Because what I am making today, I didn't go into what I am making today. Hey, Miss J.K. Gardner. How are you, lovely? So give me a quick second. I rinsed this off, but I want to rinse it again, only because I'm putting it in my tea bag. And I want to make sure that I rinse it again. Quick second. So when you are making mint tea, it is best. It is best, but not the only way. Like, say, for instance, if you're not feeling well and you're growing it in your garden, remember I talked about how the healing garden, how we can go right into our garden and find things that heal us. Yeah, this mint right here, this one here is grapefruit mint. So just understand that all mint is not the same, but they all majority do have the same medicinal properties. Just as close as you get to the original mint plant will have more powerful properties. Mint tea, yeah. Yeah, go on and get you some lemon tea, Janet. Go on and get you some lemon balm tea. Lemon balm is phenomenal too. It's in that mint family, that Laminaceae. Limonaceae. Limonaceae family. Because you don't want to miss. So let me tell you before you run. This plant, guess what when they were first cultivating this plant, the Ayurvedic community, Chinese community, those in Europe and those in I think it was North Africa. It was North or South Africa. When they were talking about, they used to use this mint for everything. When I say everything, everything. Mint was used to listen in under its medicinal properties. Do you know what this mint herb rivals with? I'm just gonna put this in my tea. I put some strawberries, guys, in my tea as well. Remember, I told you I always use a tea, one for flavor, and then the other one for its medicinal properties, its health benefits. So that was grapefruit mint. That's the last this bag that I have here. This is the grapefruit mint that I harvested. If you guys saw my video, my quick garden tour, I bought a beautiful, beautiful grapefruit plant. And I will not lie to you, I already had a grapefruit plant. And that grapefruit plant, it was kind of small. And the one that they had at the nursery was humongous. And yes, I did get it. I told y'all I need to stay out of the nurseries. I went just for eucalyptus. I talked about eucalyptus a couple weeks ago, you guys can go back and check out that video. But that eucalyptus, powerful, powerful, powerful. And we're going to talk about some of these benefits of mint. But mint rivals with penicillin. Penicillin, amoxicillin, it rivals with it for its antibacterial and antimicrobial properties. Yes, you can use it if you have some kind of bacterial infection on the skin. I know I tell you guys all the time to get you some plantain, but when I learned that over the course of this week about mint, how it rivals with penicillin and amoxicillin, guys, you can go into your garden. I'm talking about like not no chronic infections where you really need to see a doctor. I would never ever tell anyone not to see a health practitioner. But honey, look it up. They were using mint for everything: healing, wound healing, digestion, upper respiratory, cold symptoms, cold coughs, and throat symptoms. But yes, it rivals with penicillin. Its level of antimicrobial and antibacterial. You know how they give you penicillin and stuff? Like it depends on which one you have. If you have a viral infection, you get this one or you get that one. Penicillin rivals with them all. Them all. So you can use it. And listen, and when I found this out, I decided to tincture it. I'm tincturing the mint tomorrow. Tomorrow. Now I will tincture the peppermint. I'm gonna tincture the grapefruit mint. Um, my spearmint does look kind of good. I mean, you know what? I'm gonna tincture in vinegar. I could use the other one because I need a tincture for children. I make tinctures for um my children to give to my grandchildren. I'll make them a nice bottle of tincture so they can have to be ready. And it was so funny, y'all. I My fire cider is my number one seller. Number one seller. I'm gonna show you what I sell it in. These little droppers. Let me see. It is my number one seller. If I have it over here, you guys can see. And I sell them in shots like this. When I make fire cider, like I have fire cider already ready to go. What I'm doing next week when I make the fire cider is I'm going to add rosemary. I'm going to add probably sage and rosemary. I really wanted to add the rosemary, but then again, I think I might just add the mint. I may just add the mint. Listen, go down that hole. Oh my God. Let me see. It smells like regular basil, but a bit stronger. Huh, did I miss a question? I'm sorry. I planted holy basil, but I don't have any idea what it should look like. Does it smell lemony? Uh, that holy basil, it's strong too. It does, and isn't the what is the top color? Is the holy basil the one that's purple? I'm trying to think. I think at the top of it is purple, but that's probably after the first leaves come on. Am I right, Janet? Mona, you're allergic to penicillin? Absolutely, because it is not penicillin. It is not penicillin, and I'm allergic to penicillin. I'm allergic to penicillin as well. I cannot take it. I break out. I cannot take penicillin. They give me something else, and only if I'm extremely, extremely sick. Normally, I am going to my herbs first because I try not to let my conditions get really bad. But yeah, that holy basil, yeah, it is strong. Yeah, I'm going to tincture the mint. I'm tincturing the chocolate because I got a lot now. Now, those rhizomes, if y'all look at my video, those stems that you seen hanging out are rhizomes. I had to stick some of them. I had to up the pot. The pot that I put it in, that you see me guys put it in, I had to take it out of there. It was too big for that. That and the oregano was extremely huge, and I could not put it in there. But what I did do, since I know that those are rhizomes, and rhizomes can go both underground and overground, so what I did is I stuck them in the pot around the soil. You have to wet the soil. If you wet the soil, the plant is telling it to grow more down so that it can push more up. So I wet the pot. I put fresh soil in there on top of it, and then I place half of those rhizomes in the pot, and then some I got hanging out because I would love to see if how big they would get. It says they get like how many centimeters? I think like 3 centimeters, guys. I gotta look at my notes just so I can give y'all the right information. And I'm letting my tea sit. So let me show y'all my tea today. Scooby Dooby Doo, which is my favorite. I love Scooby Doo and I love SpongeBob. So today's tea is Scooby Doo. And again, I'm planning in my garden planners because I spent the whole day in a garden and all week I've been studying. Um, more information so that I can give you the best information to help you guys out. Let me look at these. I don't want to miss anything. I'll be tempted to drink that in cocktails. What, Jay? What are you gonna drink in a cocktail? Yeah, if you're allergic to penicillin, you are okay with mint. You should be definitely okay. Mint is not penicillin. It's not the same thing. It is the what they how they use penicillin as an antibacterial to fight off bacterial and viral infection. That's what mint does, but in its own category, if you understand. So let's see. What color? Oh, the basil, right? So I have some holy basil that that I did I plant it? I think I did plant it. I'm waiting for it to come up. But and I'm still looking for that Roman chamomile. Guys, I cannot find it. I've only found German chamomile. I need that Roman chamomile. So y'all let me know. Hey G Mama. Hi, lovely. How are you? Welcome to chat. So let's see. When I got it from the community garden for seeds, it was purple. Yeah, I think it is purple on the top, that holy basil. Feel free to chime in, guys, if you know. So I asked a question in the chat. What's your favorite tea? Your favorite herbal tea? Um, listen, the rabbit hole of tea, guys, and I I hate to give news, but when I'm studying herbalism, I'm studying to be a health and wellness coach. I'm studying to be a doctorate of natural medicine, and with that, I learned so much and I feel like I have to share it. And I don't want you guys to just take my word for it. I want you to study it too. I want you to study it so that when I'm sharing it with you, I don't feel like I'm giving you news or telling you not to do something or anything like that. But I'm really sharing out the kindness of my heart because I want us to be well. I want to be able to share um, knowledge on things that just going in our garden that can simply help us with things that we're going through. So oh, the lemon balm gonna make you sleepy? Listen, yeah, it's herbal tea is so calming, and that's why I wanted to do this at night too, at 9 o'clock, cause so that we can wind down together. That's why I picked the tea. That's why I picked herbal tea that we will always talk about because herbal teas are calming. They don't have tannins and they don't have caffeine. That's one of the things I wanted to share with you guys. Herbal tea, it so when they make tea, black tea, oolong tea, green tea, all of those teas come from a plant called the tea plant. Technically, when we put these herbs in there, it's not a tea. It is an herbal infusion. So if I can correct your language, it is an herbal infusion. It is a herbal infusion. Say it with me, y'all, in the comments. Herbal infusion. Because what me sharing that with you helps me to help you distinguish the difference between teas and herbs. There is an actual plant of tea that they use to make black tea, green tea, oolong tea, English breakfast tea, all of those. Those plants contain tannins. That's your word for tonight. Let me put that in the chat. Tannins. Herbal tea or herbal infusions do not contain tannins. So tannins is the word of the night. Tannins because tannins are I want y'all to look it up. Tannins have a negative effect on the body. Tannins have a negative effect on the body and it's equal to caffeine. So those teas contain caffeine, high amounts of caffeine, high amounts of tannins. What they do is they are inhibitors. Inhibitors that cause the body to to become ease, but not disease, but at not ease because it causes malabsorption in the body. Tannins and caffeine cause malabsorption in the body. And one of the things that I used to see all the time is, oh, they say, after dinner, you want to drink coffee. after dinner you want to have a cup of tea, and I used to do that. I used to spend a lot of time at corporate events. I used to do team building and training and different events, and it was, you just always drunk coffee after it. And for a while I thought that coffee and tea was helping the body to digest the food faster. It helped the body to move it along because of the warm and nature of the food. And actually, let me tell you what it does. What it does is it forces the body to push the nutrients out faster. That's what tannins and caffeine does. It takes the whatever food you're eating. That's what they say. Don't drink coffee or don't treat. They're saying it now. They didn't used to say it before. But now, if you study and you go look, it tell you now, do not drink coffee or tea. And I'm not talking about herbal tea. I'm talking about regular tea from the tea plant and caffeine, coffee. If you drink that, um, not to drink it at least an hour before you eat or an hour after you eat. What it does is it forces, so say I'm eating spinach. Say it's a meatless Monday. We chilling out with Miss Linda on Tnog. Meatless Monday, and I got all these greens that I done pulled in from my garden. But if you drink coffee or you drink tea that is non-herbal tea, what you're doing is you are forcing the body to push those nutrients out of the body. It's causing malabsorption. It is an inhibitor that stays in the gut. It goes down into the gut, and it keeps the body from absorbing those nutrients. So say you eating dandelion greens, all those wonderful benefits, vitamin A, B, C, all those nutrients in the magnesium, iron. The number one, y'all, this thing was a rabbit hole, but some of this I already knew, especially from my studies. But the main thing it pushes out your body and stops the body from absorbing, can y'all guess? Let me see. Can y'all guess? What is the number one thing you think that tannins and caffeine pushes out the body, or inhibitors, period? Inhibitors that are found in processed food, fried food. What do you think is the number one nutrient that the body needs that drinking coffee and tea pushes out of the body? I'm okay. It is so nice to see you, G Mama. Yeah. Hey, listen, there you go. Iron. And iron is the lifeblood of the body. Iron. You know what the iron does for the body? It carries nutrients throughout the body. It takes them into the cell. Well, it helps to carry the nutrients into the cell. So iron carries the vitamin C, the vitamin D, and helps it go into our cells. But if your body is inhibiting and stopping the iron, your body is not absorbing those nutrients that it needs for cell health, to really, really work your cells and heal your cells and make your cells strong. It actually opens your cells up for free radicals. But yes, iron. So iron is your other word for tonight. So tannins is a word I want you to look up. And you know what? Look up caffeine too. Look up caffeine, look up tannins, and then I want you to study how important iron is for the body, because those are things that are important. And one of the biggest things that I had to do is I had to add CMOS to my regimen because I was missing chromium, I was missing iron, I am iron deficient. I'm getting better. I'm telling y'all the things that I'm going to be sharing with you in the coming time, you're going to love, 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 because I was able to heal my body. And I recently had a CAT scan and found out that I am that process of healing that I'm using through herbal medicine is working. And I had no doubt that it would work, but it's different when you get these tests and things are going well, and you look at, and I'm just blessed. I'm blessed because, and I'll share that with you as we go along, because I told you guys about my anemia before. So I drink plenty, plenty, plenty of dandelion tea. I drink yellow dock. The yellow dock is great. So there's two things that you have to be mindful of. Number one, if you are healing your body, you have to limit the things that are not healing. So, for instance, I know that we love our coffee and stuff, and believe me, I have coffee. I have a whole coffee bar. You know, I limit my intake of it, because if I am using herbs and stuff to because I'm iron deficient, that means that my body is not absorbing nutrients like it needs to. So I have to increase my nutrients, which is why I drink dandelion tea every week, yellow dock tea. But I have to be mindful of the yellow dock. I give yellow dock a break because yellow dock is so powerful that it really pushes your liver and your pancreas and your kidneys to flush and to cleanse. And um, it can be taxing on it because it's that strong on the liver and the kidneys, and you have to be mindful of that. Especially people who are taking medications. Medications often is the number one inhibitor of nutrients in the body, besides caffeine and tannins. Medication. Medication can inhibit the body a lot from absorbing nutrients. So you got to constantly be putting the nutrients in. So I say that. So if you're drinking coffee 2 and 3 times a day, but you take a multivitamin, you're canceling it out. Your body is confused, um, especially in the gut. In your gut is where everything happens, where everything is happening. Your intestines, you know, there are things that sit in your intestine like parasites. And you know that parasites, they burrow through your intestines after they grow and get where they need to be. They start trying to burrow into other organs and stuff and suck the nutrients from those other organs. So if you think that you may have parasites, which we all do, we're all susceptible to them. It's so easily for it to be in our food, people hands that have prepared food for us, even our own hands, going out into the garden. There are many microbes that exist in the soil that we, garden with. And so that's why I in my garden safety tips, I mentioned about having some nice clean water, not a nice bottle of water, that if you have to put your hands in the soil, most of the times I'm using gloves, but I'm also such a naturalist that I, like everybody else, need to touch the soil as well. And so I want to wash my hands. I'm washing my hands at least 3 times coming from the garden. I'm washing it. I'm outside when I'm on my back porch because I keep that bottle of water there. And then I'm also washing it twice when I come inside, just because you don't know. Our hands be all over, guys. You can rub your eyes and you get an eye infection and you don't know where it come from. Those microbes and parasites and things like that, they exist everywhere. It's nice the ones that you can see, but then there are the ones that you cannot see. So it's important, very important, to make sure that you wash your hands. Yeah. Listen, um herbs, as great as they are for the body, you they they're called energetics for a reason. And energetic is its medicinal property, it's activating property, it's it's like with the mint, how we're talking about the mint, the menthol and the methone that's contained within mint. It's so powerful, but you don't want to take it weeks on at a time. So I tell people all the time, I'm taking dandelion, yellow dock, and burdock. I take it at least twice a week, but I also give it a break. Like, let me see. I had yellow dock and dandelion this week. Actually, I yes, I did. I did. I had yellow dock seeds because I really needed that iron from it. So I had yellow dock seeds in my tea. I don't. I My coffee machine actually has herbs in it. I take a coffee filter and I fill it with my herbs, whether I'm using uva ursi seeds, the same way I make the tea here. I make the big pot of it so that I have it. But it's been maybe about a month since I've had yellow dock. What happened is I got some growing outside, and once the leaves got really big, I said, "Oh, I can add some more yellow dock back to my regimen," and it's good for that. But I know when my iron uh it drops low, so that's why I'm working on making sure I include enough herbs in my diet, my vitamin B, my vitamin C, my vitamin D. Guys, they all work together. That vitamin B works right along with your iron. You need them both. That B complex, you need it. A lot of people don't realize, so a lot of my skincare products try to include things that have vitamin K in it because they don't understand that they really need that vitamin K. Yellow dock. The funny thing is the yellow dog, you can go in somebody, I ain't gonna say go in somebody's yard, but where I lived at before I moved here, it grew all around my neighborhood. And I mean, if you riding past an area and you see this really long stalk growing up, and it's got these huge elongated leaves and these red seeds at the top. Do you know why the seeds are red? Because that's where all the iron is. That tells you that that plant is for your blood. But it's a really tall plant. It grows so if you let it get there, like I like to let it get that big and get the seeds. I will go into a neighborhood. If it's in front of someone's house, I will knock on the door and ask them, hey, as long as it's not close to the curb, you don't want it to be close to the curb where it's going to get exhaust from cars. You definitely don't want to do that. But listen, take it. What happened is I took the seeds. If you see the seeds growing, get it. Take them seeds. I have 3 giant Ziploc bags of seeds. What I do is I will grind them in I have a little mini grinder and I will grind them down to make use for coffee because it is a coffee alternative without the caffeine and without the tannins, but it gives you the energy. Remember, always hear me talk about energetics. Those energetics are very, very, they are real in herbs. And that's why, you have to be mindful of what herbs you're mixing together too. If you're using herbs for a specific reason, you need to make sure that the other herbs you're taking, if you're using more than one, work in that same energetic or work alongside of that herb because we're trying to heal the body and we're trying to get the body to a point of ease instead of dis-ease. So we want to make sure that those energetics work together. And that's why when G Mama talked about how, people that are taking those herbs onto you cannot. You really cannot not. You can take like I will take it. Let me see. So I'm normally taking it 1, 2, 3 days a week. So when I say I take it a week, I'm literally taking it 3 days a week because I use it for my energetic as I'm going to work, and also for the iron content that I need from it. That yellow dock has it. Yellow dock is great for your blood, great for your liver, great for your kidney, and dandelion. I love those two together. And I have a herb that I sell. My formulation that I make, and it has yellow dock, dandelion, and burdock. And then depending on what the person's their ailments are, or maybe whatever they situation they have going on, I'll add others. So the other thing I was going to tell you is wormwood. We talked about the parasites and those that you can see, those you can't see. Guess what? Do you know how you get rid of them? There's a herb called wormwood. And where does wormwood grow? Right in the backyard. I harvested so much last year that I'm still going through what I had last year. Yeah. You haven't seen any around? No, oh, you haven't seen any yellow dock. Everybody drop your zone. What zone are you in? Mona and Jenna, what zone are you guys in? I'm in 7B. We just got pushed to 7B. It was 7. 7A. 7 and 7A. 6A is New York. 7A is the top of New Jersey. I'm now 7B because I live in southern part of New Jersey. So I'm 7B. Um, I Yellow Dock, right? So listen, look for it now. It's coming up now. It's by mid-June. It's going to turn into seeds, and it will wither away. So I'm actually going to take a ride tomorrow and go see if I can get some. I do want to harvest some for so that I can have for the rest of the year. I really do use yellow dock, the seeds, the stems, the leaves. I use that in my formulations. I do. JK, I think you're in Jersey too, right? Or are you like uh yes, I have wormwood. I have wormwood. Yep. Wormwood. What I want to go and get now, which I know is about to go to seed, is um milkweed and evening primrose. I have to get that because I only have a very little bit of evening primrose left, and I need that for my clients who have female issues. Those with female issues, they need that evening primrose and milkweed, and I need to get some milkweed. I know you guys may use milkweed for as a pollinator to attract, those helpful butterflies. I use milkweed for its other medicinal properties as well. Yeah. What's going to seed now, Janet? Your yellow dot? I just got some. Oh, you got some evening pearls this week? Yeah, I gotta get out there. I gotta get out there. I know I'm missing the evening primrose, the milkweed. Um, what was that one? When I found the wormwood, y'all, and the area where I know that it's growing, it's an abandoned property. The evening primrose is there, the wormwood is there, and there is this y'all, that wild lettuce. Wild lettuce. Honey, if you I don't know if y'all know about wild lettuce, but wild lettuce, yeah, that's another one for y'all. I'm not gonna tell y'all all of it. You got plenty of milkweed here. Yeah, it's that time. It's that time. Those herbs right now this is their season, and I always trying to get them because June come, they'll seed. They'll go to seed in June because they're spring plants. They'll go to seed, and I do harvest the seed as well, which I need to go through my herbs now, my bags, and take out some seed because I can grow some milkweed. But the yellow dot, if you find it, get them seeds, and all you gotta do is sprinkle them. You wait a minute. This is the other thing. So I know we're supposed to be talking about mint. I'm gonna get back to the mint, y'all. I'm gonna get back to the mint. Um, did you know that yellow dock seeds can last 100 years? 100 years. If you allow it to seed and then dormant and seed and dormant, that plant will outlast half of our lives, half of us living. Yellow dog seeds can last 100 years. But today isn't about yellow dog. Guess what? We'll talk about yellow dog on the next video. Let's get back to our mint. Yes. Yeah, wild lettuce. Let me tell you, for anybody that has pain, wild lettuce, there is this guy, he's I forget, he's on this farm, this rancher farm. I love my naturalists, my herbalists, because there are men who are some serious herbalists, honey, y'all, let me tell y'all. And I remember I had found it's called wild lettuce or prickly lettuce is what it's called. And I remember when I found it, I said, this plant is, there's something about this plant. And you know me, I'm thinking, oh, because we were doing, I had to go into, as part of my class, I had to go and find edibles. And I found it and I kept saying, there's something about this. A good thing I didn't eat it. Because, honey, I probably would have been passed out. That's how strong that is. The pain relief that you can get from wild lettuce. And I'm talking about just a little bitty, little, just if you even break a leaf on it, that ooze that come out of it, healing, healing, healing properties for pain. It is uh not just a nervine, it's not just in the nervine energetics, but I think it's the analgesic. Yeah, analgesic because it relieves pain. So that's one for y'all. That's a bonus. Yeah. Hey, that's my art. Yeah, yellow dock can last. Their seeds can last 100 years. I should go get it and show y'all my bag. Y'all want to see my bag of yellow dock seeds? That way you know what it looked like if you were. Let me know in the chat if you want me to go grab it. It take me like 30 seconds to grab it. Let me know. Y'all want me to show y'all what the yellow dock seeds look like? Even though I know we're supposed to be talking about mint. And while I wait for y'all to put that in the chat. Listen, I showed y'all my Scooby-Doo tea. Today's tea is brought to you by Grapefruit Mint. I have grapefruit mint in here. The grapefruit mint leaves. It is best to use the leaves fresh. If you are going to drink, use the leaves to make an infusion tea. Then you put in a Ziploc and you put it store it in the refrigerator, and it'll last for a week fresh, just fresh. And then if you decide that you want to take a little bit longer to use it, then you put it in a brown paper bag and you dry it. You can dry it, and then it'll last you eternity. Like you, long as it's in a sealed bag or sealed container. All of my dried herbs I keep in a sealed container. Right now, I got some burdock that I cut up and it's in the oven. I don't have the oven on. If you don't want your herbs to sit outside, you can just take a baking sheet and sit your herbs on there, and they will dry out naturally in the oven. So you don't even have to turn the oven on. And then I had some strawberries from my garden, y'all. So I'm using the strawberries to add flavor. So this is grapefruit and strawberry. And I do have a strawberry mint. Did y'all see my herbs that I got? Okay, so I'm gonna grab the yellow dock seeds real quick. I have them ground and I have them whole. The whole ones you can plant. Just drop them. You can drop them anywhere and they will grow. So today's cup, because I didn't share with y'all my cup, is brought to you by an Aries, because I'm an Aries. Yeah, and I'm Aries birthday girls or birthday people. And this is Aries on one side, and it says brave, self-assured, and honest. And I strive to be that. That's why I share with you guys what I can share with you, because I want you to be in the know. So give me a quick second and I'm going to grab the yellow dot seeds so you guys can see what they look like. Now, guys, listen, just like your garden, when you are foraging, you have to wash anything you forage with the yellow dock seeds. The little aphids be in the stem. Now, this has been washed and dried in the sun. I normally also will label it. I'll say forage, the date, because you should always label it. I don't know why I forgot to put the label on here, but you always want to label it with the date you foraged it. Make sure you know that you cleaned it, and then put it in the oven to dry it. So if you miss any aphids, honey, they were gonna leave once you dry it out. Sometimes for yellow dock, I will put it in the oven. And these seeds, let me see if I can show you guys. See that? These are yellow dots. Can you see the little seeds, guys? If I pull them back, I have a seed growing on my floor. So those are yellow dock seeds. See how the red color? That's how you know that it's for blood. Contains a high amount of iron. High amount. And then this here is the yellow dock leaf I got today out of my garden. They get really big. Now, just like I share with you guys about pulling burdock root, not to pull plants out of their season. Oh, thank you about my mug, G Mama. Oh, you an Aries, Mona? See? That's why you my boo. Well, I love all y'all. But Jenny, you an Aries too? Get out. So yeah, so that was the yellow dock seeds. Yes. Yes, I'm glad. And then this is the yellow dock leaf. This is small compared to how big they can get, guys. This is small compared to how big they can get. But pay attention when you are foraging. They teach us how to look for what the stem looks like, what the leaf should look like, when you should harvest the leaves. Like now you can use the leaves. I use it for dry it out and make the tea with it, or I will rinse it down, and then I'll use it in the salad. I just cut it up because it's just like lettuce, and I cut it up and put it in there in a salad. So see, oh, I'm sorry, can y'all see it? I know I kept putting up close and putting it back. So that's the yellow dock leaf, and then y'all saw the seed. I'm just gonna sit it in here. So now back to mint. So y'all have any questions about mint? Because I got some more to share with you. But what I wanted to do is, since I bought it up, I wanted to show you guys what wormwood looks like. Okay, that's my art. You an Aries too? Yes. See, that's why I love you guys. Not just because you Aries, but we click for a reason. This here is wormwood. When I found this, guys, I was so happy. So happy because this right here is the #1 anti-parasitic herb. There are other herbs too that will expel worms and parasites, but wormwood is the main one. In my naturopath class, the first thing they said when we were on parasites and worms and intestinal worms is wormwood. First thing came up was wormwood. So this is wormwood. Can y'all see that? Should I take it out the bag? Is it better if I show you guys? Wormwood has 2 colors on the leaves. It has a light and a dark color. The light color is on the underside of it. And my hands are clean, guys, because I do use these herbs for my formulations. But my hands are clean. That's what took me so long, because I wanted to wash my hands before I touched it. But that's wormwood, just so you guys get an idea of wormwood. And this is prickly lettuce. Now, all of these herbs that I'm showing you are what I foraged. I'm not going to put my hand in here because it's called prickly lettuce or wild lettuce because it has prickles on it. It is just like stinging nettle. You know how stinging nettle, you're not supposed to touch it because the stingers, those tiny fine hairs, will get you every time. Well, prickly lettuce is called prickly lettuce or wild lettuce for a reason. It actually does have prickles, and I only use gloves to take it out. I'm sorry that I can't take it out for you guys. I don't have any gloves right now, but this is what it looks like when it is dry. And remember, all your herbs, when you dry them, they all get dark in color. They all get dark in color. No matter what herb it is, the color will darken once it dries. So that's why it's important to identify your herb when you're foraging it, because if you don't and you forget what you foraged, oh my God, you'll be throwing herbs away because not being able to identify it. Like if you're like me, I make formulations for people. I make tea blends and things. I cannot afford to give somebody the wrong herbs. Even if you are telling somebody you are making them a mint tea, some people may be allergic to apples. Some people may be allergic to grapefruit. So it's important that you identify all your herbs so that you know what you're using. You know what you can. You know that if I need to go get a herb, I need peppermint today. I can use all the other herbs, but peppermint is the strongest. I need to get that peppermint because I need to get my just cleared up, my throat cleared up. You know, you need to be able to identify it. Pretty sure Peculiarness is the one I found in the driveway. Listen, I told you these herbs are found in people's gardens. Gardens, chickweed. I buy chickweed all the time because I find out it was growing in my garden. It was growing right outside of on the outside of my garden when I opened up the gate. Chickweed, and then the chickweed was growing right in one of my plants. I don't know how the seeds got there, but it grew there. And then let me see what else I pulled up today. I pulled up a lot of plants, but I used them for my compost tea only because I wanted to plant some sunflowers, the giant sunflowers on the outside of my garden. So I pulled up all, and I know there were herbs there. I seen more chickweed. I didn't even take the time to identify them because I was using them for my compost tea. It was raining, and I want that rain to catch and rain down on those plants that I pulled. So I need all of those nutrients. I need those nutrients. And I'm feeding my garden with it, y'all. I'm feeding it with dandelion. I'm feeding it with yellow dock if I don't need any more yellow dock. Whatever it is, I'm feeding my compost tea with those herbs in there. Try not to use any what do you call it, poison ivy or poison oak or any of those poison things. I don't use those in my compost tea. I don't know what benefit they may have. They may. I don't know. But I'm not using them. So I try to use only the herbs and things that are beneficial. So be careful out there. So now let's keep on going because there was so much else that I wanted to share with you. Did you know that they take the menthol and the menthone from mint? I bet you would not know this. They use it to change the color of the clouds in the sky. Uh-huh. Boom. Did you know that? Did you know that the constituent in mint is that powerful that they can use it to change the color of clouds in the sky? Don't believe me? Look it up. It's in there. It is in there. Remember I talked with Janet, we talked about that rabbit hole that's mint? That the mint is an impressive herb. And it, believe it or not, guys, it's how so them taking the herb and separating the terpenes and the methone and methyl, all them separating it. So plants, you do you know that plants naturally they have terpenes in them, which allows them not to be bit by bugs? Now, all of these hybrids that we garden with and we put in our garden and stuff, they lose some of that property. That's why I said, like, when you have all these different mints, they're not as strong as the original. Going back to the original mint, peppermint, spearmint, water mint, wild mint, they're not as strong. They still have some of the constituents in it, but it's always best to go back to that original. But when you can't, you got to these mint itself still is a very powerful herb. I'm not saying that. You definitely need mint in your garden. I shared that in my video the other day. I said you need basil, you need mint, you need eucalyptus. You need that in your garden because those are the main three ones that you can be your go-to if you're not feeling well. Even if you just have the blues. Say you just wasn't feeling good today and you want to lift your mood. Do you know that mint is a mood lifter? It's scent. So mint is powerful in that the reason why it is so invasive because like it can creep into like an apple orchard. Like if it's planted near there, and that's how we get apple mint. It work it it hybrids with vegetables and fruit. That's one of its hybridization. It says one of its hybridization is that it's easily to infuse with vegetables and fruits. And I had shared this a while ago that mint takes on those scent because it wants to ward off pests. So it uses the scent to protect itself. So plants have this natural ability to protect itself. Most of them contain terpenes. Let me see. I don't want to miss y'all questions either. Yeah. Oh, you got poison ivy on your ankle? You better make you a poultice. Go get some plantain. I know you got plantain in your garden. Get you some plantain, some echinacea. Make a poultice. Make a poultice. Chew that thing up and put it on there, or put it in some alcohol and let it sit for a couple hours. Then place it on your poison ivy area. You'll be fine, especially with that plantain. I'm pretty sure prickly lettuce is the one. Yep, yep. Prickly lettuce is found just like that. Yeah. So some mints are even more invasive. So chocolate mint came before um let me see, mojito mint and all those other mints down the line. If you look up mint, you'll see chocolate is at the top because chocolate is that infusion with water mint, the original mentha or wild mint, and peppermint. So it is that infusion of them. So it's really at that top. So mint itself just can be invasive. But if you check out my video, I showed you guys the mint that I just got. Now the other day I showed you another mint that I got. And if you compare that to the chocolate mint, peppermint, and grapefruit mint that I just got, you will see. You look at those rhizomes that are, it was like 20 rhizomes running from that plant. The thing about it is when I purchased it, it had already infused into other plants. Like other, I had to break the plants up. The nursery where I was buying it from, they didn't even separate them. I tell you, so my what is that? That is the peppermint. The peppermint had the chocolate mint stuck to the side of it that it started rooting to the side of it. Mint is really that powerful and that invasive. So it is always, unless you have an area. So they say that if you're going to plant it in ground, make sure it's an area that can be blocked off where you can see what's growing up on the top, but underneath, and then you wonder why you got mint on the other side of your garden, is because those rhizomes took off and they done made it to the other side of your garden. If you got mint popping up in the other side of your house, your garden, that's how powerful it is. So now there are some say 15, but I've seen 25 to 30 types of mint. That mint, it is so easily to um, grow because it grows in partial shade. It can grow in full sun or partial shade. It likes shade too. So and it loves wet soil. That's how its rhizomes take off with that wet soil, and it will lay ground. The chocolate mint, no, that was talking about the peppermint. The peppermint, when I was taking it out because I had to put it in a bigger pot, that peppermint, the rhizomes are these long, skinny, tubular things, and you'll see the mint growing along the rhizomes. Those are the ones that come above the ground. So those long stems, and if you lift it up on the underside, you can see the little roots laying ground along the bottom of it. Like that's how easy it is. It don't even take long for it to be laying on some soil and for it to take off. And there you got some whole new mint, and I think it can get up to 3 feet. A single plant can get up to 3 feet tall. I believe that's what it is. I have to go back and look at my notes. But the other thing I need to tell you too is I know we were talking about pollinators, and there's been a lot of topic about needing them to grow and everything. So what I want you to know is that you may buy mint seeds from any vendor. And one of the things that I studied and saw is they said that even with that, that's why most times they'll sell you with what's just called mint. You may find a variety that has peppermint. You may find a variety. I haven't seen many that sell spearmint, but you may find it. But you will rarely find those flavored mint per se, because they're hybrids. Hybrids um, don't make seeds. Hybrids um, don't. What do you? How can I say it? It's a hybrid. So because it's a hybrid, it cannot reproduce itself, kind of thing. Like it can't make seeds. So only thing it does is it tries to grow and spread, and that's how it continues to grow. And it's perennial. Every mint is perennial. Anything that in that Laminaceae family are perennials, and they normally go away and come back. As long as you take care of it. And do you know mint grows all year long? You don't have to, like, mint doesn't have to die. Like my chocolate mint, it never died. It never died. My that spearmint that I have in my little greenhouse, that one, it died back. It didn't completely die. It died back, but it was still, those little leaves were still sticking its little head. It didn't go big or anything like that, but it still stuck its little head. Let me see. Listen, that mint is definitely an Aries. Listen, that pineapple mint smells so good. And let me see. Something attacked my mint, and I think it's gonna. So mint does have enemies. Aphids like mint. Um, what beetle was that? Mint does have, only see those hybrids. Those hybrids. Um, how can I say? So the closer to the top of the chain that the mint is, the stronger it has those properties that keep bugs from eating it. But hybrids are more susceptible. Typically, they bugs don't really like them. It's hard to really um, to find bugs that like them, but I did see that aphids like mint. I did see that one of the enemies of mint is aphids. So check it out, and peek all in between the leaves because them aphids be hiding. So check all in between the leaves. You might find an aphid or two, especially on the underside. Look on the underside. My biggest enemy to my mint um, plants is the heat, especially in my greenhouse. I had to take them off of the top shelf in the greenhouse and put them down lower because it was drying them out. So I was forced to make some tea. So, and forced to cut it all back. Thank God I still have a bunch of them out there. It's turning into a mint garden. I promise you guys, I will not buy no more mint. I got my apple mint, which I did not have. I had an apple mint, but I had cut it and I was using it to make some tea. So I did not have any more apple mint. But I do have apple mint now. I have orange mint. I had a little orange mint, and it's still really little. But I found that orange mint at Go Grow. The young ladies from Go Grow. Matter of fact, they're going to be Saturday. They'll be out selling more plants from their community garden, and they asked me to be a part of it. So I'm excited about that. Hopefully, they come in and join on the channel. I told them to come check out my YouTube live, especially on Thursdays when I talk about tea. They were so excited about it. Let me see. Oh, good. Jewel weed is good too. Go on and add some more plants into it. The alcohol. Now, I don't know if you have alcohol in your house. The vinegar is great, but if you have alcohol, alcohol can pull more properties of the plantain and the jewel weed out. Alcohol is a stronger carrier that it pulls more of the plant out. Vinegar will do the job, yes, and so will what's the other medium? I forget. Oh, glycerin. So glycerin, um, alcohol. It has to be 80 proof alcohol to make a tincture. Um, and then vinegar, and preferably apple cider vinegar, but you can use regular vinegar. But yep, go ahead and put that on and get in the meantime, get you some. I think it is baking soda. You can put baking soda and a little bit of water, make it a paste, and just sit it on that area until your till your tincture is ready. Because you want to let now the plantain, you can chew that up and put that right on there, and that's supposed to work, right away. But I just, if you have a large area that you need to cover that got the poison ivy, then you want to make more of a base for yourself. And listen, we're out in the garden right now. Make y'all some tinctures so that they are ready. Like I have my little bug bite spray that I have a nice little amber jar that I have made some in, and I'm running low because I just filled this back up. And when I go outside, they bugs tear my ankles up. So I come in the house and I got to spray um, with this bug spray that I made, and this is plantain. This is my go to, y'all. This is my go to. Trying to think, this is old. Yeah, bug bites. So I made this back in March. So listen, make you a tincture. You want to be ready. Stay ready. Bug bites. You need that plantain. You need it already ready to go. You may get, like I have the allergies and things in the garden, which is why I'm drinking the mint tea because to help my body to be strong with my immune system. And I bought up the fire cider because I'm selling it and I'm giving out these jars. I do let people sample it. I'll give a sample. This is a sample, but I also sell these little jars too. These are fire cider shots. And I let people try it. And everybody does that shimmy because that fire cider is that strong, but it boosts your immune system. If you find that you're a little sluggish in the morning time, get you a shot of fire cider. So we're going to make that fire cider, God willing, next week. But I just want to give you a few types of mint in the garden. I already told you that they grow in partial shade to partial sun. I mean, to full sun. You want to definitely put it in a pot, grow it above ground. Unless you have an area and you don't mind it running, then hey, by all means, it is a powerful herb. And when I was not kidding when I say you want it in your arsenal of herbal remedies. Definitely want mint. Peppermint. Peppermint can grow from 12 inches to 24 inches tall. Full sun to partial shade. Grows in zones 5 to 9. All peppermint does not like soil that is laden, just constantly wet. You can, the top layer can be moist, like after a rain or something like that, but water just sitting in there, waterlogged as they call it, You want to empty that out. They don't do good because they'll wilt in too much water and they'll wilt with too much sun beaming down on them. Yes, plantain. Yep. Yep. The 100 proof vodka. Yep. Which is 80%, right? 100 proof vodka is 80%, right? They say 100 proof, but I think it's 80% alcohol. I'm trying, Mona. I'm trying. I'm trying. This thing is when Janet was saying the rabbit hole, it is a rabbit hole. Chocolate mint. Um, Same thing, zones 5 through 9. It is mentha, pepperita, blah 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 blah. Chocolate mint is pepperita, mentha, and chocolate. Is a mix of the three. Let's see. And again, goes 12 to 24 inches tall. Let's see. Spearmint. Same thing, zones 5 through 9. Light to full sun, well drained soil. All mint pretty much has the same growing um, situation that they all grow the same. Now, there is one mint that you shall not eat. And this is where, so mint, water mint was the first mint or mountain mint or Chinese mint, as they call it. How they make medicine and stuff from the mint is they go to one of its. So they what they say is that mint actually came from pennyroyal. Pennyroyal is toxic. You cannot eat it. I don't even know why people would grow it. Let me show you. This is what pennyroyal looks like. Y'all see that? Pennyroyal is a mint, but it is a poisonous mint. It is a toxic mint. You cannot ingest pennyroyal. They say that the pennyroyal, that the water mint, the original mint or mentha, comes from pennyroyal. It was a offspring of pennyroyal and a fruit. Their original orange. It wasn't called the orange. Where is my notes, y'all? Let me see. So mint came from the blending of pennyroyal and a like one of the first oranges. It's not an orange though. Not called an orange. Let me see if I got it right here, y'all. I know I wrote it down, and I want to give you all the correct information. So the other thing too that I did not mention, I have my notes here, y'all. I had notes on the side, everywhere. One of the things about tannins, when you drink tannins from regular tea, is it causes the stomach to be acidic. So be careful of that. One of the things you can drink for to bring that down. So say you do like to drink coffee, and it's hard for you to break off coffee. What I want you to add to your drinking regimen is basil, ginger, and papaya. If you have the papaya fruit, it's very good with offsetting the tannins that come from cough, caffeine, and tea. Okay, so add you some basil. I cut the basil just for that purpose. I want to have some basil already tinctured. So I cut up the basil leaves. I want to make a little jar because say I have indigestion or really really upset stomach. I want to just take the dropper and put it under my tongue, and that'll help. Y'all know that if you add it under your tongue, goes into the bloodstream faster. That's a little tip for y'all. Let me see. I want to miss y'all. Oh my God, I have I have 3 chocolate mints. I'm ashamed to say it. One of them I combined together. One of them I combined together, and believe it or not, I'm telling you that one chocolate that I just got, it has taken over. I told you I had to move it from that pot and put it in a bigger pot. But anyway, believe it or not, so we'll go into more. I don't want to give y'all too many things to look up and research right now. I want to give y'all just enough, and I kind of do want to stay on topic. But Corsican mint is another mint I think Corsican is also called Mexican mint. Um, I forget. I think it is. I think it's called the Mexican mint, but we'll have. Don't quote me on it. I have to look that up because I wrote it on my notes too, so I have to pull it up. This is the original mint. This one here is called Mountain Mint. This is the one, the original one that's called Mentha. It's supposed to be the originator of all mint hybrids. And that's what the flower looked like. So they say the prettiest mint is apple mint. The flower is gorgeous. The strongest mint is peppermint. The tastiest mint is chocolate mint. So water mint or Mentha. See, Mentha aquatica. That's the original one. They found it years ago. Botanists were in Africa and Asia. Asia was already using it as a tea, and it grew on a mountainside, which got its name Mountain Mint or Wild Mint. Like now, like I know you could buy wild mint, but they say to be careful with it because it's very strong. It's a very, very strong mint, and you need to know what you're doing with that mint. So you need to not take so much of it. Remember how we were talking about not having too many, not too much of a herbal thing. Like not herbs are good for you, but everything should be taken in moderation. Water mint or aquatic mint or mountain mint, that mint is that strong that they urge a lot of people not to get it. But if you know what you're doing, you know you're studying herbs and everything and their energetics, and you know about moderation, and before you formulate it for somebody else, you please know what you're doing because that water mint is that powerful. It is the original mint. So it contains more methone and methanol than all of the other mints. As the mints come down by being hybridized, they lose some of the methanol and menthol. They don't lose the properties for digestion and colds and all of that stuff, but they use just some of the methanol and menthol properties. And now water mint grows in zones 3 through 10. And the same thing, um, it says tolerant of more water than most mints, and it grows. That's the one I told you that grows 36 inches tall in height, 36 inches. And this one is the prettiest mint. This is apple mint. So apple mint is the prettiest of all mints, and it grows up to 24 inches tall. Same thing as water mint. Grows in zone 3 through 9, for the partial shade, well drained, rich, moist soil. And somebody I think said they had pineapple mint. And I'm showing you the pictures because I want you guys to be able to see what they look like. You can distinguish mint. Again, if you buy mint from the store, you buy mint from the grocery store, and it just says mint, it is spearmint. It is spearmint. Spearmint is what's called the common mint. It is what grocery stores in them sell. Okay, this is pineapple mint. I love the leaves. See the variegated leaves, the color on those, so pretty. I love that leaves. I do not. Yes, I do. No, I have pineapple sage. I don't have pineapple mint. I have pineapple sage. Same thing. Well, sage is in the Laminaceae family, but it grows in zones 3 through 9. It's mostly in the north. It says full sun if you're in the north, partial shade if you're in the south. And again, this grows up to 36 inches tall. So that's some serious mint, y'all. It says that if you have just one mint plant, you says you will have enough mint to last you for a long time. It said just having one mint plant is more than enough mint to have to last you for a long time. So if you have at least one mint, you know. So this next one, oh, Cuban mint. Okay. So, and I have this too. So this is Cuban mint. All of these other, as you go down the list, if you look it up, mint, you'll see that it's hybridization. It goes down the list, and as it goes lower and lower, you'll see the leaves get lighter and lighter for some reason. But this one is zones 3 through 9. This is Cuban mint, full sun and partial channel, my garden channel. You'll see I have margarita mint. So this is Mentha margarita. Zones 5 through 8, full sun, partial shade, and this one only gets 12 inches tall. I don't have a picture. I'm sorry, guys, for this one. But you guys, if you saw my video, I showed you guys what my mint looked like. Um, so there is the original, well, I can't say it's the original. So the original mint was found in Asia along the mountains. And that's how we got the term mountain mint. When Europe propagated or got it from, it says either South Africa and Asia, when they got it and they brought it to America, it became its own kind of mint called American mint. So there is an American mint. But and it's not American mint is not a hybrid, I don't think. It's just the fact that when they bought it here, it had they grew it in the mountains kind of area. Thank you. Oh, Everclear is the best. Everclear is the best. Everclear is the number one medium that they use to make tinctures. So if you have Everclear, you're good. Or use plantain to ward off bugs? No. Plantain is not one of those herbs that wards off bugs. It is the after effect of getting bit by a bug. And plantain doesn't have a lot of pests either. So if you grow, I would grow plantain. You can grow plantain in your garden. I would you know you see how those little seeds that grow up out of it. Oh yeah, I cultivate them too. I take them too. I take the whole thing. When I see it growing in the wild, foraging, I take the whole leaves, and I take that too. Um, I don't mess with the roots yet. If you can get the root up, um, plantain is one of those herbs that's not hard to pull up out the ground. So you may get the root. So there are three roots that you can pull now that'll be okay. Plantain is one, chicory is the other one, and dandelion. Those three you can pull the roots. You can get dandelion root, you can get chicory root, you can get plantain root. So if you're pulling the plantain up and you get the root, you're okay. That doesn't have to wait till the fall for you to get the medicinal properties from it, like yellow dock and burdock. Yellow dock and burdock, you have to wait till the fall to pull those roots out. Otherwise, you're getting it and you're really not getting the medicinal properties that you really want. Hey Yaya, how are you? Welcome to the chat. So those were examples of it. Again, mint, there are 25 to 30 varieties, cultivars, they call it, of mint. So make sure you guys, you go through the chat. You see the words I gave you to look up. So when we chat again, you guys know what I'm talking about. You'll have your own facts to go by. And while we on it, let me see. Um, You can use the leaves and roots of plantain. Plantain is good for boosting your immune system, respiratory health. Let me see. Gastrointestinal health, digestive health, skin health. Added topically, plantain is an excellent wound healer with the power to stop bleeding and heal bruises, including puncture wounds, bug bites, bees, wasps, nettle stings. Yeah, that's one of the reasons why I have plantain, because I had nettle in my yard and I wasn't sure which nettle it was, and I had to go get my identifier. And I did find out that it was dead nettle, so I didn't have to worry about that. But I still was a little leery because I knew that it was a kind of nettle. But I used that stinging nettle. It sting y'all. So that's why I said make you a tincture right now of plantain. You want to have plantain. Yes, tannins was the word of the day. Yep. So let me see. I'm just saying this because she had. Oh, it also treats cuts and open wounds. It not only stops the bleeding, but it prevents infection. It removes dirt. So it is, you know how we take some herbs and they're expectorants. So plantain, if you put plantain on a wound, it'll draw out any poison or toxins. Even some small snake bites, it'll pull the toxins out. So look it up. Plantain is phenomenal for that. I think I shared that when I did the live at Tree King. I shared that even some small snake bites, not really poisonous, dangerous snakes. So snake bites, animal bites, insect bites, bee stings, wasp stings, and nettle stings. The same drawing action makes it effective in splinter removes. That was the other thing. It can remove splinters. It can remove splinters. You can place it. Somebody was talking to somebody the other day. They was like, "Yeah, I took your advice and put the plantain on, and the splinter came right out. It draws out toxins, but removes splinters. Uh, it also, if you have like a boil or a blister, it draw the toxin out of that as well. Okay, so that was plantain. I just wanted to give y'all that little tip on plantain since we were talking about it. You guys were talking about it in there. Yeah, nettle stings. So, and don't forget to put in the chat your favorite herbal tea because we were talking about mint today, and I wanted to be sure. Y'all, I'm studying so much in this class. Oh my goodness. Um, my notes are like on fleek right now. Like so much. And the beautiful thing is, studying to be. I already have my certification to be a health and wellness coach, but I'm trying to get that doctor in natural medicine, and it just helps me with so much. Help me do better formulations. You know how we are healing people. So your family come over. Your family may be going through something. They got bit by a bug, anything, and you being able to tell them, something. You being able to give them some information that's going to help benefit them. That's a beautiful thing. Yeah. Yeah. Make you some plantain, make a tincture of that plantain. So, one of the things that I want to do. So, Janet, I'm glad you on here. I think, G Mama, do you do herbs too? I think G Mama, Renaissance Grandma. I want all of us to get together and do, maybe do, a live where we're answering questions about herbs. I thought that would be a great idea if that we all got on the live and people could come in and ask questions about herbs that they're growing in their garden, herbs that they may need for something. They may have a sore throat or different things like that. But us getting together and being able to answer their question about herbs. So let me know if you guys are interested. I'll reach out to Renaissance Grandma too, and anybody else that's studying herbs. I really think that would be a great idea for us. So let me see. I want to make sure I didn't miss anything. I told y'all, and that's y'all homework too, that I told y'all that they use the constituents of mint to change the color of clouds in the sky. Also, to cool off the weather. Ah, they use the menthol to cool off the weather and change the color of the clouds. So look that up. I need somebody to verify that. I'm telling you. Y'all, these are my notes from class. So much. I'm trying to get to the ones that I had on me. I want to make sure that I cover everything that I said I would. I know I share a lot, guys. And just because I just love sharing. And I want to be able to give you backup anything that I tell you, you know. I don't want to give anybody wrong information, especially if it's something I don't know. I'd like to go look it up and verify it. So that's what I want you guys to do. I want you guys to look it up. That's a note from class, y'all. Let me see. Anybody got any questions? So you need the mints, you especially need mints. I tell you, supplement your herbs to make sure that you are giving yourself nutrients that your body may be missing, especially if you're a coffee drinker, or a tea drinker, not herbal tea, but regular tea drinker. Those tannins inhibit the body's ability to absorb nutrients. Um, Let me see. I'm making sure that I covered everything, guys. Um, mm, 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 mm. I want to make sure I got everything that I said. Basil, sage, so the Lemonacea family consists of basil, sage, rosemary, catnip, mint, um, bee balm. Wait, is that what that said? Oh no, I'm sorry. Dead nettle. Dead nettle. Lavender. Did you know lavender is in that family, the Lemonacea family? Oregano. That's why oregano. So I explained to you how powerful mint is, right? And its antimicrobial properties. Guess what? Oregano. Oregano is in that Lemonacea family. It is in that family. And thyme. Did you know thyme was in that family? I got some good thyme. Hyssop is in that family. Marjoram. A lot of you guys grow marjoram. You grow thyme. You grow oregano. Listen, if you find that you feel sick or something, it has antimicrobial and antibacterial properties. You want to make sure that you're growing that in your garden. Good, good, good. Yep. Hyssop is in that family. Yep. So, I wonder if I could send you something. Listen, there are several books that I have. Hold on, I'm gonna show you some of the books that I have. Okay, because you want to study as much as possible, and don't just stop at Google, guys, because um, Google is sometimes a rabbit hole, and it'll have you going all over the place, especially if you are new to it. So new to looking up those medicinal properties and things of that nature. So I'll show you a couple of books I got. Oh, wrong book. Okay. I'm sorry, y'all. I study a lot. I study a lot. I don't want to give people. I want to be able to enjoy what I do and give the correct information. So I do study a lot. And I'm just going to give you some of the books that I have. This is on the human body. I actually have this in a binder as well in paper form on the human body, the different together info about the different types of herbs I'm selling seeds for. Yeah, absolutely. So I'm just showing you just some of the things I use in addition to my herb book. So the human body, it's important to know that the human body, that's just a bonus for you guys. But this one here, Homegrown Gardener, this best roses, herbs, and edible flowers. Can y'all see that? And they don't just give you um, pretty pictures. They go into details about it. This one here is one of my favorites. This is the Herbal Handbook. Okay. This is my favorite. This was the first book that I have. This is the book that is recommended by everyone because they call her the mother of herbs and wild edibles, or just wild plants because she doesn't just do edibles, but she do plants. She's a botanist and she studied. She's the first person they call her the mother. Like what's the name was the mother of medicine. She is the mother of herbs, and that's Mary Gladstone, Rosemary Gladstone. I actually had a class with her, and I was I was excited. Like I was really really excited because every herbalist, every forager I know, they all study her work, and she has multiple books, so you guys can get a number of her books. Um, her books are phenomenal. Dr. Sebi, his books on herbs, he studies the herbs that are in the wild that are foraged. When I say he does energetic, he has herb books. I have them on my Amazon cart right now because I want to order them. I download a lot. I talk to a lot of his children. I talk to some of his um, people that have worked with him. I talk to a lot of them to get a lot of my information. And I study a lot of them. I study Dr. Sebi. Like when I say I study him, if you buy things from me or you'll see a quote from him. Like that's my go-to guy for everything on the body's healing. He believed that healing must come through the woman. He believed because women have that motherly touch, and he felt like people are more accept uh, people accept the healing better when it comes from a woman. But I actually have that quote. I think that's on my community tab too. So this is the Essential Book of Herbs. I just touched this book. I didn't read the whole book yet, but this is Essential Book of Herbs. There is another book. Dr. Sebi has about 4 books that you want to get, but also the Lost Book of Herbs. Oh my gosh. Everybody is going crazy. I don't if you guys haven't seen it on Facebook, Instagram, everybody is going crazy. They're trying to teach classes on this lost book of herbal remedies. Listen, they go back to the history of medicine, where medicine, what plants that the medicine came from. Like when I that but it's sitting in my cart. I think the book is like $50. But it's sitting in my Amazon cart because I'm definitely gonna get it. These are some other books that I do use because besides herbs, I feel like our food is medicine and medicine is food. Y'all know that quote already. That is my thing. And I use herbs, but I also use food. So I have this book called Food Cures, and I actually have like 3 different books on healing from your kitchen, food cures, healing from the kitchen. What else over there? Food cures, and that one is the doctor's home remedies. All of them. I use them all. I use them all, guys. I use them all. And then this one was a new one that I got. I got this one from Barnes and Noble. I thought this was phenomenal because if you like you guys see like these herbs here, and if you see my videos, I love to forage. I believe I told you guys my story of when I really, really got deep into herbal medicine was because I saw like food was so expensive and it was so poisoned and toxic. And I was just so like I'm a homeopath but more of an I am an empathic kind of person. Like I feel the pain of other people, kind of like, and so I when I'm passionate about something, I'm very passionate about it, and I just felt like food was so toxic and things we were buying from the store. Like you see how I got so upset about those strawberries that I was in the store and they look great. And when I got to my car, them strawberries looked terrible. Oh, it broke my heart. But um, that the type of person I am. So I like to forage because I looked to the earth and saw that God gives us what we need. And I don't know about you, but I'm a believer in God. And if you hear me talk about God, it may not be for you, but it's for me. And I'm not trying to force anything on anybody. I'm just sharing you my passion. And I believe that God answered that by providing hers because what I've been doing since I've been learning is sharing this knowledge, sharing it with people. I was sharing it with homeless people. It was a homeless man, and of course, I gave him a couple of dollars. But I said to him, bro, listen, If you ever are hungry and you can't get to somebody to give you some food, I say, you see these leaves right here? You can use them in a salad. You see these leaves on the ground right here? You can get from the earth what you need to eat, and you will be okay. And it'd probably be more better for you than half the food we buy in the stores. But that's just me. I'm an Aries. Then we talk about that. Brave, self-assured, and honest. Yep, that's me. So that was one of the things. Hey, So Blast. My channel gotta catch up. Because I'm watching. Anybody got any questions about a book? Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't show y'all the last book. Duh. This is the 100 Plants That Heal. The illustrated the illustrated herbarium of medicinal plants. This is my encyclopedia, y'all. This is my encyclopedia. I don't have my little sticky tabs out of it like I do this one here. Y'all know my books. The y'all see these? My little tabs and notes on the side. Those are, look at it. Because in this book here, for instance, Mary Gladstone, she didn't give all of the details. I like to give all of the details. Um, So I'll give you an example. Like, for instance, she went into basil, but she didn't go into all of its medicinal properties. So I added my note. Basil helps with stomach spasms, loss of appetite, gas, kidney conditions, fluid retention, warts, worm infections. Yep. So remember I told you about wormwood, using wormwood to get rid of worms and parasites? You can use basil too. Upper head colds, treats snake and insect bites. Basil, snake and insect bites. Add that basil to your plantain. There's nothing, you can combine herbs. I told you, whenever the herbs have the same energetic, you can use them together. So you can use basil with plantain and make a tincture. And boom, you see my little bottle. I keep a little bottle in my gardening bag. And honey, if I get a bug bite or something, I'm spraying. This thing works, I'm telling you, within a minute. It works with bug bites. Plantain, tincture it. Y'all gonna thank me later. Anybody that's gonna make this tincture, y'all put it in the chat. That I'm gonna make the tincture, and then I want y'all to go over to Instagram, and I want you to share your bottle with me that you made a tincture. R_R Queen Collection on Instagram. R_R Queen Collection on Instagram. Come on over there. Show me your tincture that you made with plantain and basil, or you can use basil by itself. Plantain just covers more bites, but basil does the same thing. Good, Janet. I'm glad you're making the tincture. Um, you got, Janet, you're gonna have to go deep, to study energetics, but you can Google energetics. Do plant energetics. You can look up plant energetics, and it should give you a basis, and then I can help you with the rest. But go on to Google and put plant energetics, and it will share with you plant energetics, the different energetics of plants, anodynes, antispasmatics, nervines, all of it. Let me see. Y'all know I keep my binder close. But anyway, I was trying to show y'all this. Let me see. So that's what I do with the book. I like to go further. So the snake bites, basil lowers blood pressure and improves your blood flow. So if you have slow blood, or your blood is really thick or something like that, you want to use a basil tea, because basil tea will help improve your circulation of your blood flow, and it also helps with lowering your blood pressure. So that's basil. And listen, that's right in our garden. Yep, right in our garden. Yeah, they're called energetics. Yeah. So plants fall into different categories based on what the parts of the body that they heal. And that's what an energetic is. And it's that part of the body that those plants heal. And they group now, you're gonna get cross energetics. You're gonna get cross energetics. Like, you might find basil in more than one energetic. But you know that I can use that because it's in that family of energetics. So if I know that it is anti-parasitic, then I know it's a net energetic of antiparasitics. Wormwood. I know I can use basil with wormwood. You understand? So that's my books. Take your notes. If you find you might find something um like this burdock. I listen, y'all. I keep notes in here. So this book is the 100 Plants That Heal, the illustrated herbarium of medicinal plants. This book. I'm just showing it again to you guys. Go on and get this book. I got this from again from Barnes and Noble, and it's like $25. But it's worth it, guys, especially if you are the type that you are making formulations like this. Like, lady, there are so many herbs that I don't know. I'm part of like several herbalism groups, and there are herbs that I do not grow. There are herbs that I don't know. So I am studying them now. What you see me growing in my garden, that is not all of the herbs that I carry, because I am a herbalist and a wellness coach, and I do herbal formulations, I do skincare products, and because I do all that, I have like a ton of herbs. Like, I know some people have a lot of pain. I'm using prickly lettuce to put into their formulation. You know, so I have like a ton. I shared my apothecary one day, and I gave you guys a glimpse of inside my two containers and my apothecary shelf, the herbs that I have in the jars. And I try to keep the herbs on deck, y'all, but there's so many that I do not know that I want to know. Like, there are so many. And believe it or not, it's not just the ones where you see. The ones that people talk about the most are the culinary ones, because they use them in cooking, they use them in making teas. But there are so many more. I shared with when I was on Broke Farmers Live, I shared with you that there are over 30,000 plants that are edible and wild, that are edible and non-edible. But there are over 30,000 species of plants that you can use. Not all of them have to be edible or that we find every day that we can use to heal ourselves. If so, there when you're studying herbalism, there's three schools of thought that you there's Ayurvedic, there's Chinese, and then there's folklore or traditional herbalism. Those go back to like your grandma, your great granny. It was passed down hundreds of years. Folklore that they study. The Ayurvedic is the those that are Native American, and the Chinese as those that are Asian. Um, and then the folklore normally comes from African culture. So there's those three schools of medicine, and then you have traditional herbalism. Those are the herbs that have been introduced to us now. Those are the ones we study in the West. Those are the ones that we study that um, that new plants, hybrids that they're finding now, that we're finding out. That's the Western culture have found even more plants. That's why you have people like Mary Gladstar, who is trying to save the plants, especially here, because she said that the biggest threat to plant survival. We're the biggest threat to bee survival, pollinator survival, because of what us. Sometimes, like for instance, if you know that when you go and you are foraging for herbs, don't take the whole thing. Leave some for the earth to replenish itself. It even says that when you're gardening. When you're gardening and you go out to harvest, you're only supposed to take at least 30 to 50% of your harvest. You don't take the whole thing, because you're telling your plant to give you some more. So they're saying you're allowing the plant to recuperate and make more. Like rosemary, when you cut rosemary, if you cut all of it off, it says that the rosemary plant is sensitive like that it can sometimes die on you because you've taken all of it. So like say if you cut the whole thing off and you take everything, and sometimes it says it'll die back because you took too much of it. When I'm cutting my rosemary, I make sure I get just that one bunch together and cut that down. But study it. Anything that I'm telling you guys, you can look it up. It is there for you guys to look it up. But there's so many ancient and folklore. Like, we have generations, whether it's Europe or what do you call that, the Greeks. Oh, I think, what was their herb? Oh, mint was their herb. The Greeks, that their favorite herb was mint. Mint came down from the Greeks. Like, they talked about mint so much. That was one of their. They actually had a goddess. that represented the men. So look it up. It's all in there, guys. And there's so much to learn. And listen, I'm right there with y'all. We learn all this together. Y'all know my motto: add a little glam, let's grow together. That's the point of me sharing all of this information, because I want us to grow together and have some fun. But anybody that is in anybody, and I I know I asked Janet, but anybody that is studying herbalism, or you make formulations for people, anything like that, let me know if you're interested in doing a like a monthly herbal live, where we just talk to people about herbs, and they could come on and ask us questions about herbs. We can put this knowledge to even more use, and we share it with as many people as possible, especially the gardeners. I'm on this kick, this love of sharing with gardeners, like, hey, y'all growing these fantastic fruits and foods. Like I was sharing, I think on Broke's Live, I said he was saying how his orange tree had more vitamin C than anything. And I was like, bruh, your peppers got more vitamin C than any orange you got on that tree. It'll take a whole lot more oranges than it will take a pepper to give you vitamin C. You'll get one pepper have more vitamin C than a handful of oranges. Yep, absolutely. Thank you so much, JK. The funny thing though, JK, is a lot of doctors do know about herbs. I have clients that are on medication, and the first thing I do is when they order formulations from me, I give them a printout. The printout tells them what herbs I'm which herbs I am giving to them. It tells them what herbs, what those properties, the energetics are of those herbs, and I also give them what's called contraindicators. Contraindicators, herbs come with contraindicators. If you study the herb, it'll tell you what you cannot take it with. It'll say, do not take it pregnant. Do not take it if high blood pressure. Do not take if you have schizophrenia. It will tell you. If you look it up, it will tell you what not to take it with. But the reason I give this printout is because if they are on medication, I want them to take it to their doctor. I have had doctors cross out what herbs they cannot take that will contradict with what they're taking. There's some medications that you take now that you can't eat citrus fruit. But did you know that? Like there's some like there's diabetes medicine, I think. You can't eat citrus fruit. My sister is taking medication now. She has a heart condition. She can't eat bananas. So it's not just herbs that is a contraindicator. There are foods that are contraindicators, and there is this doctor on, I've seen him on Instagram. I think he's probably on Facebook too. He talks about it. He talks about how having a conversation with your doctor, let your doctor know that you want to go a naturopathic way off of medication, so that you will begin they can incorporate the herbs in with their medication, and they lessen the medication as time go on. But that's the doctor has to do that. But you have the conversation with your doctor, let them know, hey, I feel like I want to take some herbs, but you need to know what herbs you plan on taking. If you're going to have a conversation with your doctor, you want to let him know what herbs that you want to take, what herbs you're thinking about taking, so that y'all can be in communication. Y'all can know. Like my doctor, I love her to death. Like I don't care if it's a holiday, birthday, whatever. I'm constant, because she is so good to me, because she hears me, she listens to me. She does not just dictate to me medication to just take. She knows that I am a homeopathic, and I prefer those medications that does not have all those side effects and chemicals, and that she knows that that's just she works with me, is what I'm saying. And if you develop that relationship with your doctor, you would definitely have a relationship with them, and you can go to them and tell them, show them what it is you're thinking about taking, and then you'll be fine, because you are communicating with your practitioner and letting them know your plan. Yeah, they're not trained in it, but believe it or not. So I say that the reason why I say about my doctor, because let me tell you, give you an example. Her mother, they found her mother had breast cancer. and she knows medication that she prescribes to people that they give people. She know what, ones that she likes, ones she doesn't like. So they were giving her mom all this medication. She went over to her mom's house. She was told me the story. She said, I went over there and I removed them all. And then I went to the doctor with my mother and explained to the doctor what medicines are okay to give my mom and which ones are not. And then she said she also showed her mom some homeopathic ways to heal herself as well. So I wouldn't count out all doctors, but it's in that communication. Especially when you're doing herbalism, you want to have clear communication. You want to communicate with your doctor. If you're thinking about that you want to do some homeopathic ways of doing it, talk to your doctor. There's nothing wrong with having a conversation. He works for you. He works for you. That's your money, your hard earned time at work. That's all you. So, you know what I mean? Any other questions? Yeah. Oh, that's my I am R_R Queen Collection. R_R Queen Collection on Instagram. So if you are making a tincture, please share the picture with me on Instagram. You can tag me in the video. Or in the picture, whatever you do, and make the tincture. Y'all with that the Everclear or your 100 proof vodka, or your apple cider vinegar. I have people that I treat that don't drink alcohol, so I have to use either glycerin or I have to use the vinegar. And apple cider vinegar is a bit stronger because it has the mother in it. I always get apple cider. If you're going to get apple cider vinegar, make sure it has the mother in it. You want that probiotic that's in there. You want that probiotic that's in there to help, because that's going to help draw out those constituents of whatever herb you're using. So make sure you use that. Any other questions, guys? I've been talking I don't want to keep y'all forever. What time is it? Ooh, it's 11 something, y'all. Ooh, y'all know I talk a lot. But I think that I got all of my notes. I shared some nice points with you guys. So you guys go look it up and let me know you looked it up. And you know what I mean? Come on over to my community tab. Let me know what you think. What did you find? I gave y'all a lot of keywords and things to go and research. That way you guys can just be more knowledgeable. Just be more knowledgeable. Oh, thank you, Janet. Love you, love you, love you, love you, love you. But yeah, so this is my Thursday. So 9 o'clock was good. I'm happy with the 9 o'clock time because I feel like I'm having a pajama party with you guys. I know I'm a grown woman, I know. But I wanted to be comfortable and relaxed. And like I said, the reason why I chose tea is because it can help us wind down. I just gotta go to work tomorrow. I don't have to work. So, but exciting news. I always got something exciting to share with y'all. My grandson, last week was my granddaughter's prom. Tomorrow is my grandson's ball. He's having a ball. And he called me today. He's like, Nanny, are you coming to the ball? I'm like, you know it, buddy. I paid for my ticket already. And he's like, Nanny, are we gonna hang out afterwards? I was like, can I hang out with you? He was like, absolutely. So I will share with you guys. You gotta see them, so cute. So me, my daughter, my grandson, and my granddaughter, they all matching. Like I really, my daughter, this is for you, child. She got her this T-shirt to match the ball, and y'all know she didn't get me one. Yeah, what's the name of my live? Plans, teas, and Bes-Teas. She didn't even get me a tea. I could have been rocking that tea next Thursday. So hopefully she listening to this live because she let my grandkids listen to the live, y'all. She might be in the bushes listening to the live, right? If you listening, Robin, yep, I'm salty. I am salty about that T-shirt because that T-shirt was fire. And now we don't have time to go get one, y'all. If I had my craft room set up, I would have made one. If I'd had my craft room, because I have a Cricut, I have everything, guys. I was making a craft this week, and my hole punchers, all of my crafting tools is in a box. I couldn't even finish the project. I had to send it to her and say, "Can you punch the holes in it for me, please, daughter? I'm so sorry." But I wanted her to get it. If you guys ever check it out on all my crafting and stuff is on my Glamour Planner channel on Instagram. I shared it. So, but listen, any more questions? I'm sorry. These are not my reading glasses, y'all. Yes, you know I'm gonna share the pics. Yes. Oh my God. I walk past that cricket every day. I make t-shirts, hoodies, all of this super cool things, and I ain't made nothing, y'all. I've been going, I have a guy. So hopefully my daughter's not watching this video because I'm gonna go see my guy tomorrow. Have him make me a t-shirt to match. Mm, 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 mm. I got it now. I got it now. Y'all know the Glamour Planner hoodie that I was wearing in the when it was cold. Yeah, I'm gonna see my guy and see if he'll make me one for the ball for tomorrow. I can't wait, y'all. It's gonna be so much fun. So much fun. I love hanging out with my grandkids, y'all. It is. They are my life beat, my heart, my blessings. You know, I thank God for them every day. My children and my grandchildren. I can't leave out my children. They get jealous of the grandkids. Thank you so much. So blessed. Thank you for coming in. Everybody who came in. JK Gardner, so blessed. Janice, Mona, that art, G Mama. Let me see. Anybody else that I missed? I'm sorry. Oh, that's my art. Anybody else I missed in that chat? I want to thank you all. Thank you all for hanging out with me, guys. I appreciate you so much. I appreciate you taking some time out of your day to come hang out with me, have this chat with me. I truly, truly adore you, and I am grateful for you. If you missed the live, if you missed, please go to the beginning. There are so many important facts that I left in the beginning, and you might want to check them out. So I'm not going to repeat them. I'm good for doing that, but I'm not going to repeat them. You got to go back and check the live, and then hashtag replay. Hashtag replay in the comments. Let me know that you went back and watched it. I gave y'all some tools to go and look up. I gave you a bunch of nice tools to go look up. So when we come back next week, when I'm talking about those things, because I will be talking about them more after I done shared it with you, I like to talk about them more because then we're on the same page. So you guys will know what I'm talking about. Some of you may already know. I don't want to offend nobody. If you already know, I'm truly sorry. I'm not trying to offend anybody. I just wanted to share some information, some things that you may not know, and we can talk about it from here on out. So listen, y'all go have that cup of tea on me. Janet, enjoy that lemon balm tea. Yum. The grapefruit is really, really good. It tastes like grapefruit. That's why I put the strawberry in there to offset some of the grapefruit because I'm telling you, that mint, it draws that constituent in it. Whatever you hybrid it with, it really takes it on. And it use it as a repellent. That's why I said mint doesn't have a lot of bug enemies because it purposely has um, different flavors to protect itself. That's why you'll rarely see um, um, bites on it and all that stuff. You'll rarely see that because it uses the scent that it has hybridized with and use it as a deterrent to pests. So that's another tip for you guys. Uh, oh no, it's good. Good night. That's my art. So listen, guys. I see y'all again next week for Plans, Teas, and Besties. Again, y'all know my motto: add a little glam, and let's continue to grow together. I thank you guys so much for coming in. Thank you for watching. Listen, let's don't jump on over. See who else is live. If you guys have any new videos, please tag me on them. You have any new videos you want me to watch? You have gardening anything that you want to share with anybody that's in this group or you want to share on my community tab, please feel free to tag me in it. Okay. If you have a new video that you want me to watch real quick, if you want to add it in there or anybody in here, go check out anybody else's channel and check them out and see what they got going on, because I love following all of you guys and watching all of your videos. I get to tickle and I just learn so much from you guys. Listen, my garden is blessed because of so many of you, your input and your my learning from you all. I'm enjoying this journey. This journey, it has expanded so much. So I'm loving this journey. And as soon as I get my certifications, y'all, well, I still got some certification already, but I'll keep y'all posted because the more I learn, the more I share. And right now, y'all, I'm on the different parts of the body and what plants heal those different parts of the body. Listen, I'm telling you, everything from acupressure, everything, y'all. Just I can go on and on. But anyway, I love you guys. Thank you so much for coming on in. Y'all have a blessed night. I'll see y'all on the next live. Bye, beauties. Bye, guys. Look, I won't hang up, y'all. Thank y'all so much. Love you guys. Why my video won't end, y'all? I guess they want me to keep on talking, y'all. No, this tea is good, Janet. I don't know if I answered your question, but it's good. He wants me to stay on and talk longer. It's 11:30. Yeah, my video won't hang up. Y'all know I can't see. Ooh.